Staying with Prime Time Morning. Now, our next guest made a mark by helping organizations worldwide implement ideas of empowerment, service, and accountability.
He's an author, a consultant, and a speaker. He is a partner in Designed Learning. It's a training company that offers workshops he designed to build the skills outlined in his books.
That's right, and his immensely popular books, including Flawless Consulting, Stewardship, and The Empowered Manager, focusing on bringing service and accountability to organizations and communities.
You know, it takes 3 months, we hear, to write these, too, so he's very prolific. He writes in his sleep. Well, to tell more about how he does it, Peter Block's in the studio with us this morning. Peter, how do you do that, first of all? You just like this?
Well, I like the writing, and somebody else edits them and makes them reader-friendly.
Okay.
But I only write them about every 4 or 5 years, because I try to wait till I have a thought before I start writing. And I try to make each book a little different rather than capitalizing on a book and treating it as if it's a commercial venture.
So as you write each book, how has the landscape changed over the years?
Well, people feel they've done everything. They feel they've been there, they've done that, and so there's a sophistication that makes it hard to reach people. And so you have to keep coming at people from a way they don't know how to defend against, because everybody says we've tried that, we've tried management by objectives, we've tried empowerment, and so there's a lot of defensiveness that builds up. And people are actually quite pessimistic as to whether they think their organizations can really be any different. Most of the change efforts are cosmetic. Lots of promotion, lots of the top gets on, the CEO comes out and goes on videotape and tells everybody this time it's going to be different. And so to get underneath that's a real challenge.
You talk about cosmetics, and sometimes that's appropriate, sometimes it's not, is what you're saying.
It's never appropriate.
What is exactly, why is it never appropriate?
Because cosmetics means it's all surface. It's all lip service. The enemy to real change is lip service. It's not opposition. If people don't agree with you, that's a great conversation. It takes you somewhere, creates an alternative future. This is the challenge, Singapore, wherever. They say, will tomorrow be any different than yesterday? And if what we do is cosmetic or lip service, it discourages people.
Okay, I wanted to ask you that, but I did get off subject here. Your book's on Flawless Consulting. You have, some might say you're a philosopher, you're a maverick. Some consultants may not like you. But what are you saying about consulting? What needs to be done differently?
Well, it's not that they don't like the ideas. It's just that I write from the margin against the conventional wisdom. So the conventional wisdom for consulting is to be an expert, be right, sell hard, and promise the moon. And which is why most of us are cynical about consultants, even though it's profitable. And so this book is about that. Don't sell. Help them make a good decision. If you don't know what you're talking about, say, I don't know. If they say, what can you do for me? Don't promise what you can't deliver. Most of us overpromise. A friend of mine says all marketing is pornography because it promises a world that doesn't exist. And so you say, how do I become more authentic in the way I am with, and that's a competitive edge. And a lot of our workshops, and we're doing it here with the Flame Center in Singapore, are for consulting firms, because they realize that the attitude, I'm an expert, I'll promise the world, and I got to make the sale, in the long run hurts their business. It hurts
What
their
are
practice.
the most important traits of an authentic consultant? You mentioned that do not control, just put out what you have.
Try to be who you are. Most of us think if I'm who I am, I'll never get ahead. We have this deep belief that I have to live and dance to the tune of a teacher, a parent, a boss, a client. And so
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I don't know what I'm talking about
no
either.
idea.
I know.
What is that
Exactly.
conventional and it's not accepted? How do you do away with all the skepticism that?
Well, not everybody's going to hire you. And I think if you show up and tell the truth, you're looking for clients that are looking for you. You don't want everybody. The idea that I want to please everybody means I have nothing to offer. A consultant is not a commodity. It's not a commodity. It's not rice. It's not a commodity thing where price is the only issue and it's predictable. So all you need is to carve out a few clients. And if you're inside a company, you can't serve everybody. Everybody doesn't want what you have to offer.
So if you're saying you need to be an expert, and tell me if I'm short-circuiting any line of thought that we're following on here. If you're saying then that you have to sort of look at not trying to be the expert, and you're saying we need to figure out who we are and be unique, what do you then, if we were to drill that down to be a little bit more specific, what would you suggest, for instance, if we were consultants, how to act and what to do with our client?
Well, you pay attention to what's really going on with them. Your clients are political systems. All these institutions are political systems. They're high control. They're narrow at the top. publishing political system is no different. Government, same thing. And so you try to notice what's happening and realize this is a political system, and that's what they need help with. They don't just need help with strategy. Usually they know their business better than you do. What they need help with is making something happen. Like here, engaging employees. How do you go about engaging employees who've grown up wanting to be taken care of? Most employees want their mommy. They want my daddy. What do you have in mind for me? Promise me a safe and predictable future. And that doesn't build a great business. So you're saying, look, you have a political structure that you have to turn from a triangle into a circle. You've got to create teams. You have to engage employees. So the outsider view is enormously powerful because they can tell the truth, where the insider feels if you stand up, you're going to get shot. And that's the real value of a consultant. Somebody tells you, here's what I see happening, like it or not. It used to be the court jester played that role, where the court jester could tell the truth to the king without getting killed.
So do you wear a funny hat?
Well, yes, I'm wearing it actually.
Well, that leads to our next question. What will it really take to cut red tape in a workplace?
Stop believing it's necessary. Change your mind, change your thinking, and realize that red tape is just an expression of caution. It's a wish for safety, and the safety isn't available. And most of it is because of this mindset of command and control. This is what most places are having to confront. The command and control works in a predictable world. Every bit of bureaucracy came for a good reason at the moment. But I think people can still do what they want, and they don't have to wait for the scissors to cut the tape. If what you do works, and you're willing to take a chance, the world will support what's successful. And a lot of companies have been very successful with high engagement, high participation, without having to wait until the pay system changes, the structure goes away, the boss is visited by God and has an awakening, you know. So there's a great possibility in your own world to change what you want to change if you're willing to take a chance.
Okay. Running out of time here, very quickly mentioning boss. You said we create our own bosses. What do you mean by that?
I mean that we have expectations of bosses that are unfulfillable. You expect your boss to care about you, value you the most, think you're the best they've ever had, look out for your future, and make eye contact. And
eye contact.
You know, build a relationship. And it isn't going to happen. And if you change your expectation of the boss, you have the power. Inmates run the prison. The employees decide how successful this place is going to be. You guys decide how good this program is by how you show up. And
if, as you were saying, if we have good eye contact, so just we'll look at the camera for the rest of us.
I'm taking it now. You know.
Thank you very much, Peter.
Thank you very much, Peter.
We talk all morning, actually.
Yes, quite insightful there. Well, we've been speaking with Peter Block, the author of 3 best-selling books, one of them right in front of us, Flawless Consulting.
Grab it, it's a big one. Yes,
it took 3 months to write this book. Well, he's in Singapore for a one-day workshop that will be held on the 26th of May. If you want to find out more about it, call the number right there at the bottom of the screen.
Okay, now that's it for this half hour. We've got more coming up ahead here on Primetime Morning. Stay with us.
We'll see you in a bit.